Haiti was back in action at a World Cup for the first time in 52 years, facing a Scotland side ending a 28-year drought. John McGinn snuck one past Haiti goalkeeper Johnny Placid in the 29th minute, and Scotland staved off a number of Haiti attacks to hold on for their first World Cup win since 1998. OK, everyone, who would have thought at the top of Group C we'd be seeing Scotland? This is a group that includes Morocco and Brazil, and this is how the group is shaping up. Haiti unable to get that win yesterday, so they're at the bottom of the group. But yesterday, John McGinn playing in his first ever World Cup and getting his first goal in the competition, but he seemed like he wasn't getting too high off the wing. Take a listen, everyone.
Oh, it's crucial. This was our pressure game, favourites going into it. Haiti are a very difficult opponent. They played very well against New Zealand, played very well against Peru, who are a good team. They've got so many unique qualities that we are not used to playing against. So the important thing tonight was to get a clean sheet and get the 3 points, and we've managed to do that. Can we play a bit better? Of course we can, but that's brilliant. We're going into the games against Morocco and Brazil with more gears to go up. But Scotland winning at a World Cup again is the main takeaway from tonight.
What a couple of months John McGinn is having, huh?
Not bad. I love those jerseys, by the way.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I did. I like the old school look to them. But yeah, Scotland's, it was an interesting game. I think Haiti did cause some problems for them. Prior to him scoring, Scott McTominay had a good chance to hit off the post, and you're starting to ask questions. It felt like both teams, when they wanted to get into the attacking third and create something, even if it was a bit of a hopeful cross, they could get there pretty easily, all things considered. Scotland, I heard from Steve Clark, I read an article of Steve Clark just saying, the manager of Scotland, that it was tough actually being the team where everybody favored us to win. We just haven't been in that position for who knows how many decades.
A World Cup as well, yeah.
So to handle that, obviously when they play Brazil and Morocco, it's going to be a little bit different. They're going to have to approach it differently. But they got to be thrilled they got the 3 points.
Yeah. Tony, what do you make of Scotland's performance?
Not great, not fun to watch, just from a footballing perspective. It just wasn't. I was happy from Kearney, New Jersey, and I grew up with all the entire town was Scottish, right? I think they had 600 people that went from Kearney, New Jersey to this game last night. And so I'm happy for them, right? I know what this all means to them. Being back in the World Cup is massive. It wasn't an attractive game. My eye was more attracted to the way Haiti tried to play the game than Scotland. But they managed the game, right? But I think you saw there was a clip right at the final whistle. They showed the referee blowing the whistle, obviously, and then you kind of saw McTominay next to him. He didn't look like thrilled, like that we had to fight through this game, because I think, as you know, Steve Clark said, they probably never expected to be the favorites in this thing, right? They're not in that position, and they probably wanted a little bit more out of themselves.
Yeah, we saw a Haitian team that was really good at breaking through the midfield with speed, and they were dynamic in the attack, and I think that threw Scotland off a little bit. Even after they got the goal, it was one of those where they started, you know, being able to hold on to that lead as opposed to try and accumulate the lead to 2-0 because they didn't want to get scored on. So a little bit lucky that Haiti didn't have their scoring boots on, but at the end, 3 points.
Yeah. OK, everyone, time to bring in our European football expert, Euan Robertson. Euan, great to see you. Great performance, well, a great win from Scotland. But do you think these fans would be confident from the performance that they saw on the pitch yesterday?
No. I completely agree with you people in the studio. Scotland were terrible. There's no point. I should be patriotic and passionate, but I've also got to be honest. I thought we were quite lucky to get away with the win, but ultimately, who cares? You know, it's the first time in the World Cup since 1998, first win since 1990, and it now puts Scotland in a position where I'm not going to say they can relax because they're guaranteed to go through, but there's a very good chance of going through with 3 points as long as they avoid heavy defeats against Morocco and Brazil, which I think that Scotland will. I mean, the style of football wasn't great. You know, it wouldn't have been a good game to watch for a neutral, but luckily I'm not neutral, so I was delighted.
So, Euan, how do they now approach their next games against Brazil and Morocco, knowing that maybe a draw would definitely be enough for them to get into the next round? So maybe the style they did play last night against Haiti could work against Brazil and Morocco, just because it was a little stodgy, not a lot of fluidity to it, not a lot of movements, but that could be enough to stymie one of those two big opponents.
Yeah, completely agree. and your colleague made a great point earlier about when Scotland went 1-0 up, they did kind of retreat. I think that's just the pressure of the game. You know, Scotland went in as favourites. It's not often Scotland go into a tournament game as a favourite. So I think there was so much pressure on that game last night because Scotland needed to win to have any chance of qualifying for the groups. And Scotland have never done that before in a World Cup. So you can feel that expectation and, you know, the pressure on the players. So moving forward now, I think they might change formation. They played 4-4-2 last night, and that doesn't really suit them, in my opinion. It's not something that Scotland have played often over the years. They generally play with, you know, a back five, or they play with 4-3-3. I don't think going with two strikers up top worked. The idea behind it was, this is a game we can win. Let's try and get on the front foot. Let's try and score goals. Against Brazil and Morocco, I expect Scotland to play much more defensively, and I do think that suits the players, the system. That's how they've had success over the years. But you know, these games aren't free hits. We can go into them with a little bit less pressure now and try and enjoy the experience. But ultimately, last night was just about winning. Euan,
how sort of symbolic that it's John McGinn that gets the goal, right? Because when a neutral thinks about this team, like, I know McTominay is the star, like he's the guy that is the big name, player of the year in Serie A, all of that, but John McGinn is like Scotland. Like, from a neutral standpoint, he kind of defines everything Scottish football.
Yeah, he's a fantastic character. You're completely right. He does kind of characterise what it's like to be Scottish. He works incredibly hard on the pitch. He also has a laugh and enjoys himself. I'm not. What do you guys think? I thought it was maybe a little bit of an own goal, but I'm not going to take it away from John. He's had an incredible few months, obviously leading Aston Villa to triumph in the Europa League. You know, scoring a goal in Scotland's first win in almost kind of over 40 years. A World Cup. What a story! And yeah, he is loved back home. You know, Scott McTominay is the poster boy with his kind of devilishly handsome good looks. Now that he's moved to Italy and he's got a bit more style since he moved over to Napoli. John McGinn, we can all resonate with John McGinn. You know, everyone in Scotland, we feel we can understand. He plays for us when he's on the pitch. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it was his best performance, but I mean, that moment will live with him forever.
So, Euan, I got a little bit of a two-part question. You talked about how the first game was all about just getting the 3 points. Emotionally, does that allow the players to be a little bit more relaxed, the fans to be a little bit more relaxed going into the Morocco and Brazil game? And then from a tactical standpoint, you talked a little bit about the formation switch. When Scotland had the lead and Haiti was going after it a little bit, I saw very little counterattacking. They were playing deeper defensively, but the counterattack was slow. There wasn't a lot of players, you know, bombing forward for those opportunities. Will that change a little bit? And how can you guys change that in terms of, you know, competing against Morocco and Brazil?
Yeah, just going to the first point, I hope so. I hope the players can relax a bit and play with a little bit more freedom, because you're completely right. That wasn't there last night. It was a very stodgy performance and it wasn't great. But I mean, I think the fans will certainly be relaxed. I think they were relaxed last night. Very much enjoying the hospitality in Boston, and I thought the anthem was incredible from the supporters, and I think everyone in America is getting to see what brilliant supporters the Tartan Army are, and the numbers we travel in. You see the scenes there on the boat. They took over the city. Really friendly, not one negative story about the supporters. And you see so many Americans over there, you know, say how great it is to have the Scots there. Back to the game, tactically, completely agree. Scotland lack pace in their squad. That's one major deficiency in the squad. The only real player with genuine pace and that can beat a man is Ben Doak. Obviously previously at Liverpool, now at Bournemouth. I thought he had a couple of nice moments early on, but that would be the concern. You know, if they are going to sit deep, as you said, it's imperative you have an out ball, you have pace on the counter attack, and I do think that's lacking in the squad. So that could be a major issue going into those games, because you don't want to be penned in defending deep against Morocco and Brazil, respectfully to Haiti. they don't have the same quality that those two teams do. So if you're defending deep, you're vulnerable to losing a goal.
Well, Euan, you know what they say: no Scots, no party.
100%, 100%. And it's a great story. A guy called Mike Morris, I don't know if you've seen this over in America. He put up a video that a group of Scots rented a house across the road from him.
Yeah.
And they were playing the bagpipes at 6:30 in the morning. Now, that can annoy some people, but this guy's just been brilliant. He's got a bond with these people now. He's invited them over to the house. They've had beers. And a Scotland fan actually managed to get him a ticket for the game last night. So we've got one more Scottish person in Boston now.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Great.
We've even got some Scots in our studio. They've come in their kilts, going to the games. They're all really excited. But Euan, thank you very much for joining us. Hope to see you soon.
No problem. Have a pleasure. Have a good day.